Good morning, guys. It is October 17th. I want to try to get a quick reading in for you for your daily wisdom shot because this is happening right outside my window today. So if that starts up again, I'm going to have to bail on the rest of the reading because it's literally right outside my window. But let's get right into it so that hopefully I can get through it. The combined energies for today, I'm using that same spread I've been using for the last few days where we look at ourselves overall as a collective, and then we look at our yin half and our yang half as a collective, or you can split those up into divine complements. And I actually encourage you to do both things because, in my opinion, they're the same. So our overall energy is the memories of love with the third eye chakra, clarified by the Ace of Wands. And to me, for me personally, I had this really weird experience this morning that felt something like remembering the future, if that makes any sense. It's like having deja vu of a situation that you really actually haven't been in yet, but it felt so real that it really felt like, I don't know, like remembering the future. It's very strange. So I feel like a lot of us are able to really, we're like really starting to materialize and create the situations that we have been wanting to see in our lives by really visualizing and feeling how those situations would feel if you were in them. So it's a really potent manifestation technique to actually go in and feel those situations as they would be, see them as they would be, and give gratitude and thank the universe for giving you that situation as if it has already happened. So I feel like that is something that's coming very naturally to us now. It's not like a few weeks ago where all we talked about is manifesting and how to manifest. It's like this is the time. Like the time is now. When I look at that Ace of Wands, it's almost like the victory torch or something like that. Like this is happening as we speak, and it's such a potent manifestation time. Like today, I feel like since this is a daily reading, today is a really good time to go ahead and do that for yourself and focus on those feelings of love and being home. And what is home to you? What is that feeling? What is it like to feel complete unconditional love and safety and primarily for yourself? Feel that love for yourself and just hold it there for a time and visualize that. See it through your third eye. Allow your intuition to take over in imagining that situation, and then thank the universe with so much gratitude and really feel that gratitude, because that's what's going to cement it into your timeline and make it happen. On the yin side, I'm sorry, I'm rushing through this today, so it's going to be very short, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys. So on the yin side, I feel like these cards are saying that we may be bumping up against some additional internal upsets right now, and or some kind of disruptions on the internal. I want to say it's internal because of the appearance of the Hermit and the High Priestess here, but literally I have a disruption right outside my window, so that's literally external and a huge disruption. So you might be experiencing this in a different way, but I feel like the collective on a whole might be trying to eradicate these little disruptive energies inside themselves when they, for instance, I'm showing like I'm being shown someone who is literally trying to feel that feeling of self-love, and something just pops up in the way, and it's like it takes a moment to really pinpoint what that is. Like, what is that? Why is it happening? And so I feel like this person is like, oh, I remember feeling afraid to feel these feelings because when I did, as a kid, I felt abandoned and hurt when my parents didn't reciprocate in the way that I expected. So it's like chasing down the entry point of those feelings of abandonment and hurt that could be happening right now, and that is actually going to lead you through to that Ace of Wands, that like new beginning, and just like this passionate burst of energy. Because when you chase down those things, those are the things that are blocking you, and you release those blocks, you release all the energy that is inherent to you and is already within you whenever you just have that moment of realization, like, oh my God. And then ask yourself in those moments, what is it that I need? What does my inner child need? What do I need to feel safe, to feel that love, and give that to yourself in that moment? Almost always it's that you want to feel the love, so if you take that time then with that understanding and that perspective and just give yourself that love and feel it, just like churn it out of your heart center and direct it right back into your heart center. I know that sounds like weird, but that's kind of how I do it, because I work in energy healing, and so that makes a lot of sense to me. But whatever makes sense to you, do it. And the most important thing is to feel it. So you're still like kind of excavating some of this stuff on the internal, and as you're doing that, you're creating the environment to really attract in this higher level of healing. I feel also, because we're talking about the receptive feminine side, so I feel like we are still going through some shakeups also in understanding what that means, because so many of us, whether we're men or women, have kind of been taught through society that that part of us is a weak side. That's the weak half. And that's not how this is at all. The high priestess sort of epitomizes that, and her power is in her stillness. Her power is in her receptivity. So there's a very deep and mystical power in the feminine, and it's like embracing that we need to do right now, and sort of breaking down those cultural misconceptions and the cultural misinformation surrounding the feminine is something that we are doing right now, that may have something to do with Venus in retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, because to me that is, the divine feminine, and looking at its shadow side and looking at the way that it has been misrepresented and the way that has been suppressed and repressed over, thousands and thousands of years. So I'm just really feeling like we have to look at that on an individual basis right now and decide what that means to you, and allow yourself to break out of those stereotypes of having to be, of a strong woman being somebody who is always go-getting and like achieving in business. That doesn't mean that's not a strong woman, but there are other things that also include the strength of femininity, if that makes sense. I hear them turning on the air compressor that's going to run this jackhammer, so let me run through this. So in our yang side, on the masculine side, we have victory. We have victory and success through our patience and planning. And it's actually clarified by justice. So I feel like our best laid plans, actually the saying goes, the best laid plans of mice and men go oft astray. But actually, this is showing victory. So the plans that we've been putting into motion actively are starting to show a balancing out of the scales, like whatever whatever karma you're trying to resolve right now, and you're actively resolving it, it's showing you victory, it's showing you success. And that goes for our divine counterparts that are in the masculine energy as well, and they are experiencing this on the whole as a collective, that they may have been quietly setting things in motion for quite some time, and they're starting to see the result of that. They're starting to see the balancing of the scales. They're starting to see the self-empowerment coming through. They're starting to see the situations that no longer serve them fall away. But again, that applies to anyone in the feminine energy as well, because again, we all hold both energies. So the parts of yourself that have been achieving and striving to, for in my situation, to create a type of stability within my primary business, which is my animal rescue, is really showing a lot of great results right now, and I'm feeling very strong and very much like there's a balancing out of the way that people are working together and treating each other in my business. So that is my masculine side. Here we go. I'm just going to talk really close to the phone so that you can hear me, because we're almost done. I can't even. This is my life right now. This is going to be my whole next week. So, feel really good about that achievement that you're having in your life right now. So that is continuing for today. And the underlying energy is wisdom, which is the Hierophant card. But in this deck, to me, it's more of higher knowledge, and it's clarified by the Hanged Man, which to me is all about, oh my God, and he's whistling, I cannot. Okay, which to me is all about this new perspective and opening yourself up to the new perspective that we're talking about in the overall energy. That you're going to see things through this perspective of remembering the future, of feeling and allowing those energies to come into your life and manifest in a strong way. It's also seeing the paradigm through a new perspective, seeing the ways in which we have to break down what it means to be feminine, what our feminine side means, what it means to be receptive, what it means to be intuitive, and how we use that in our life, whether we're male or female. And particularly men being allowed to be receptive, be feminine at times, and understanding that there is strength in that for men as well. So I am getting a few more messages here. I think they're going to be quiet for a second. I feel like this is all higher wisdom coming in, and this is like a leveling up of our consciousness by showing with the wisdom and the Hanged Man card. Like for me, putting those two together means a leveling up of the consciousness, that there's been a lot of hard work behind this, a lot of learning, a lot of healing, and a lot of changing of our ideas and releasing of things. And this has created this higher perspective, this higher level of consciousness and moving into the 5D consciousness. So good job, you guys. I mean, lots of success happening right now on all sides and on all levels. And before they start again, I am just going to thank you guys for subscribing, sharing, commenting. I hope this resonates. Please let me know if it does. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.